So welcome back. So to know where this one can get stalled is to now see the extension from below 4 to 3. If we take it from 3 to 4, the extension should at least get around this area. Which means 5 can stall around this area. This will be the height of 5 for now. And it can get stalled at around 123, which is around this area. This is 123. This zone is where we think we can have a change of trend and price will start falling. This is the zone. So which means that this 5 can be around this area, either here or here. We said 100 is broken. When we look at the larger time frame, this is 123 of the larger time frame. So it can break above here. So any movement here, price may walk up to around this area or not before falling. So we need to count the internal structure of this last wave going up as another 5 in itself to know where it's going to turn bearish and begin to break down. So we need this to guide us as we cross this. Is telling us that we are coming down. Now, this is the daily. We are taking it piecemeal. If we are waiting until we cross here, price would have moved. And if we are waiting before we cross here, price would have moved. So we are getting close to it and trying to see when this particular wave will end. And this is going up in 5 waves. It has done 4. It has done in the 3 here. It has done 4 of here. So we are in the last part of this wave. So we are not going to go inside of there. And that is where we are now. Like I said, it's a broccoli. So that is where we are now, the inside of this particular wave. And we want to see this as an A, B, C of 4. Then to now run this one to the upside as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To enter into this place. We are almost at the end of it. Now, in trying to now look at this one, because it's an ending diagonal that is going to give us, we see this as the first part of 1. I can now begin to use another coloration for it because it's a new move of the end of the end. That's the way it's looking like to me. The end of the end. The end of the end. So this is wave 1 of it. That's the wave 1 of the end of the end. And as far as I'm concerned, we are looking at a wave 2 of it. This is what you are talking about. So you need to, I've tried to build the history of this wave. And this is a wave 2 of it. Now, in looking at the wave 2 of this, so we are seeing this as an A, and this area as a B, and this area of a C. C wave usually is very impulsive, and that is what it has done here. It will be as if it's a big wave. Oh, and you now call it, what do you call it? You will call it, what do you call it? Engulfing candle. So you got it engulfing candle, but the engulfing candle, it's trying to fake you. So it will do this, then it will go back up to break this top. So we see this now as A of that wave 2. We are looking at a B of that wave 2. And we are looking at a C of that wave 2. We are looking at a C of that wave 2. So we see this as an A. We see this height as a B. Then we see this one as a C of that wave 2. So the low part of that wave 2 is here, which we need to break. Once we break here, we know that we are coming down, that we are done going up. So that's the low part. Now, because the low part, this is A, B, C of a wave 2. It will drag our 1 to this point. It will drag our 1 to that point. That's how to do it. It will drag our 1 to that point. The height of the 1 becomes the nu of the B. So this is A, B, and a C. So this is what we are talking about, this one. This is not a wave 1. Wave 1, the first height of wave 1 got here. This one came down as an A. This one is a B of it. This one came down to even break this top to come low without taking this low. It means that price is done here. So price started or starts a new move from here now, because wave 2 is completely done. We start counting wave 3 now, because wave 2 is completely done low here. So when we break this low, we know that we are coming down. So we are telling the history. So what retracement is this from 1 here? It's this yellow, the last yellow. Is it up to 50 or is this 1.8? To agree with what wave 2 is, so looking at it, it formed just a bit below 50, which agrees with what we know as a 2. So we are getting there. So but when we are usually getting to the last part of the last part of the 5, the last 5, you don't expect that wave 3 it would elongate up to 161.8. It can stall at 100 because it's an ending diagonal. Usually in that kind of situation, what we know of an ending diagonal is that wave 3 is not the shortest, but it may not be the longest. Wave 1 can be equal to wave 3. So when it's equal to wave 3, that's 100. It can be slightly bigger than it. It doesn't have to stick 161.8. So, but we know that wave 3 usually is not the shortest. So wave 5 can be the shortest. Wave 1 can be the shortest. What did you manage to do? So once we do our wave 3, whatever height it gives us, we now know that we have marked wave 3. Then from wave 3, we know where we are likely going to relinquish position and begin to come down again. So what we need to do now is to find an 100 extension to the upside. So from here to the height of wave 1, back to wave 2, so we can slide down and say that at least we expect that wave 3 may cross up to this point. So we are trying to build, sorry. We are trying to build this wave 3, that this wave 3 may at least walk up to that point. So if it walked up to that point, from the correction so far and the move so far from here, it looks likely that it's going to break this point. That is what we can get. At least it can get here. Then the 161.8 limit of this wave is around this area, but it doesn't have to get there. So we are saying that with 3 would at least get us to this point, and most likely it will do that. It won't get back down. Most likely it will get here. It may cross to this point. Now, as this one is building up now, this has finished, and this is like forming a ABC of a 2. This may be a new low for this new wave here that is building up. So this one is building up as a 1 of wave 3. To get to 3 yellow. Is building as a 1 of wave 3. And this also can develop into a nest of 1, 2, 1, 2, because wave 3 can be long. We don't know what it's going to give us now, but we sure know that it seems that this has finished its correction to the downside. We're telling a story. So we're telling a story. So if this had finished, this is 4-hour candle. This may have finished.
No. Touchdown.
So this may have finished or not. This has done a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. We've seen an A, B, C here. This may be going up, and this may still be coming down to break this place. But where we don't want this price coming down to break is this area. It shouldn't break below 88.
What in the world? Wow.
So this thing, if it's going to break down again, it shouldn't break below 88, which is at this yellow line here, around this area. So price should not break below that.
Yo, that's how crazy this is. Yo, that's your boy.
Are you following me? Price should not break below here. So which means price may still come and take this low in case they want to make this correction more complex. Let's go inside of a 1 hour.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So go inside of a 1 hour. We know that this one has run like 5 waves to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish this wave here on the 1 hour time frame. Are you following me? So this is like an A, B, C here. And this one went up. It could be a complex wave. I think price wants to break down. I think price wants to. So these are the possibilities. These are ways, because it doesn't have to go back up from here. It may just do this as an A, B, C of an A. It may do this as a B. And it may come down one more time and give us a C. These are ways we look at the possibility of what price can do from the higher time frame down before they move up. I'm not saying that that is what they want to do now. So we have to see what price is trying to print. But from the price action that I can see here and the move to the downside, it seems as if they want to break down to come here. So if anybody is trying to do Euro JPY, these are the potential areas you'll be looking for price. This B will be over as a new wave until it takes more than 161.8 to the upside. That means it becomes a new wave and it stops being a B, which means that the correction here, A, B, C stall here, and that's the end of it. So at the point when you do an extension here, if this one goes up and break higher than this level of 161.8 of the extension of this first correction to the downside, if it takes this one and breaks it up, then this one cannot be a B again. But any movement from here, in between this zone, it can still turn down to be a B. And if it turns that at 1, 2, 3, it can give you a running flat before it goes up. If it turns down here and gives a price run around this 161.8, that means it's going to come down, break this bottom again before it goes up. So it can be anything, but the day we take up, if it does not take this low and it breaks up from here, then we are done with the correction. But from what I can see here, he wants to do like a zigzag in the middle. That's what I can see. So far, this correction does not take this area. We are good to go up. So let's see if what they are trying to do is they are trying to turn down from this level. We will see if they want to end B here. You are seeing all the possibilities that I'm pitching here. So if they want to turn down from that place, so what correction is that to the upside from that A in the blue, the proposed A in the blue to B? That's about 76, which forms the fulcrum for a wave 2 to the down of a zigzag to the downside, a zigzag. So if it's a zigzag, to what extent can it go down before running to the upside? So from here back to the lower A here, if we are going to have that, then to the purple. When you see a price action here, and this candle in the middle, and the second candle is a recipe for price to go more down, to break the low. So the 100 comes here, and a 1, 2, 3 falls around this zone. So 161.8 is below it, so it cannot do a zigzag of 161.8 if we want to go up. So these are the area you can have price come to if they break low again to go up. That is the zone that price can come to. Once they take this low, this is going up as a correction. If it comes here and turn low and break this area, then you take your entry in this area to go up again. So it's another entry area to go up. But not until it breaks out of here, there's still possibility of this one coming down to this area. And it will still now bring your 2 more down. So if that happens and it brings your 2 more down, it doesn't really change anything as per the height of the wave 3 that we want to do upside. It means that this one becomes a wave 1. This one will now give us its own wave 3 as 61.8. So we can begin to have an idea of where the yellow 61.8 and the third wave of the yellow can fall. This one. This one can give us an idea of where the third wave is going to be. Let's hit load. The movement here and the correction we are getting here can tell us if this wave, the third wave, 1, 2, will get here or will anything between here. So this will give us an idea. So it's still building up. But we just know for now that the wave is capable of getting to this point. So they are not done correcting in the middle here. So the correction is still ongoing. And I'm telling you that this thing, if it breaks down, this is where it's coming to. This is where it's coming to. One might not be able to turn directly with it. So the least you can do for here is to come in at about 100 extension to the downside, which is around this area. Give them this one. But price will not go beyond there. So one can put the stop loss like 5 pips below this red line if one is trying to take opportunity of buying. So, and see, we are anything from here. If one takes an entry from here to this area is just like tap. Yeah, are you there? I lost my network. Itunu, are you here?
Hello.
So I lost my
Yes, sir.
network. So it means if one enters here, one can give a risk of stop loss of like 40 pips, and we expect price to bounce back from here. So the knowledge of waves helps us to spot the area or the zone where we can take a buy. So if price should break here, it means that something is wrong. Something is wrong. If price should break here, it means that something is wrong on this particular time frame that we are seeing. It means again that if we go to 4-hour time frame, if we go to a 4-hour time frame, it means that if price should break this zone, if price should break this zone, break this red, then it then means that this is not the low of your wave 2. Once it does not take this area, so they can now do for this inside of a C that we are calling a C. If this one is a B and this one is an A and this one is a B, it means that they can make this in itself they can make this one in itself an A to the downside here, B, and a C that will break here. Because these are still area of liquidity for this yellow 2 to come to. So once this is an area, this one will stop being a 2 from the low here up here. This is the area that once the price takes that below, then it is done. This is the limit of what a wave 2 can be. Of course, it can stall here. So one thing now we need to do to see is that, is it possible that this thing will come and take this low? That's what we have to answer. Is it possible that this one that is coming, it can break this low and come to this range that is not done correcting, that this one that is going on is just an A of it, a B of it, and the C of it may come down.
Hello.
These are ways of trying to, navigate. So, but what will give us a clue, it's from here to here, to this place, what is the fib relationship between from here to here?
Hello.
Hello?
You were cracking for about 1 minute, I guess.
You said?
You were cracking for a few minutes there.
Okay, yeah, the network went off. The network went off. So I went inside of this to tell you that we may actually be going up, or we may come down to break low and find buyers here to go up. And I'm trying to say that if we now break below this yellow line here and we break this blue, it means that this A and B, the C is not done. That means the C is still coming down to around this area once it does not take this area. So it doesn't mean that, oh, it has to go up from here. But again, we need to pick all the clues along the line that we can pick. And so the clue we can pick along the line is to see this as the origin of this A wave, A move. Because after this fourth wave, A, B, C, this is the fourth move, and it came down in a correction and it gave us this. So we have to look at what retracement or extension to the upside is B wave to this A. That is the first clue. So from this origin of A, if we come to this, it has slightly pushed beyond 161.8. It has slightly pushed beyond 161.8, which kind of tells me that price is going up because it has broken it, except we want to do an approximation. Are you following me? It has broken it to the upside. It has broken it to the upside. It's telling me that price is going to break up. Are you following me? Though price may still come down to this zone before breaking up. So it's kind of, let me go to 1 hour. Let's go to 1 hour and try to look at it perfectly. So this is, let's 1 hour. So it didn't actually hit the top. So that's the top. And if we now look for the extension from this origin of the first yellow line there, and we'll take it to K. Now this is 161.8 here. If it has formed here, if we had had this reaction here to come down, then I would have said, okay, we should be expecting, because it's as 161.8, we should be expecting an extended flat. But because it has broken it slowly, we should take it strongly that price is not coming to take this low now. But once they take this low down, close your buy. It means close your buy, then price wants to approximately see this as 161.8 and where it's going to stall. Where it's going to stall will be at 123 to the downside, which is around this area. Based on what I'm seeing, if that wants to happen, then 123 will be around this area. So your C can still come to this area. This is like analyzing ahead of time, what price can do or not. So price may still go up without breaking this red line, this line. Price may still go up, break the bottom without taking this yellow. So the C can still come here. But that would be a tough call for me because the price had slightly broken 161.8 to the upside. But in case we see that happening, then this will be an area to look for a buy. That will be an area to look for a buy, but which I don't think that is going to happen. So price may come here, but I don't think price is coming here for now. That's a big area. It's a huge area. And that's the way we look at our analysis. That's about 180 pips down. So that's the way we do our analysis. For anybody can lose money. This 183 pips from here to here. Account can get blown up. So, but the wave in itself, the way its format of correction tells us if it's going to come here. So I'm not calling this, but this one is possible. Price may come here before it goes up. Let me try to zoom out again. So it still falls within, yeah, because it has broken up. It has broken up. It still falls within Hmm. It may have ended here, really. It may have ended here and will maybe going up. So if you look at USD JPY, that one is completely different. That one is completely USD JPY is completely different. It's in its own correction. This one forms a very good 1, 2, 3. So from here, the fourth wave is here. Then this is 1, then A, B, and a C. So that one looks more appropriate if you look at what it gives us from here, the top of blue, to the blue below, which is at this A end. So this one gives approximately 127. So because it gave 127, I know that that will be, a running flat. So which will come down. So this one takes in. And that was why I gave it. Some of us had been in a buy from here, and this one came down to give us another opportunity. It ticked us in to move to the upside. Then again, we had this correction now, an A, B, C to have another move. So some of us also got in around this area to go up. That is what is giving us on USD JPY. So, and these are broken up. So we need to break beyond 161.8 of this to the upside to know we are not coming down again. So this is 1, 2, 3. I think this is 161.8. We need to break above. Once we get here, we are going to break above here and going up further. So that is what I can see. So I'm seeing this as the first move. This one had finished a flat here, A, B, C as a flat, and this one should be going up. And this one probably will go up around this area, maybe come down to finish with 4 or 5. This is one is the white 1, 2, 3, 4 to finish a 5 here or around this area, come down for a bigger correction to pick another opportunity to buy again. So that is what I can see on USD JPY. This one may go up, but once it breaks here to the downside, that is when we now begin to plot our ABC to enter another buy. So that is what I can see. So it's a bit different from what we are seeing on Euro JPY. It's a bit different. So, but I think in all, can you see it came down here, it bought on USD JPY. So because it came down here, I think it will correct a bit to the upside, come in more deep around this area for anybody. And it might be doing the same thing on pound yen. Pound yen probably I think is similar to Euro JPY. Let's look at pound yen. You want to earn in pounds. Let's see if it's going to give us the same thing. So yeah, it's the same scenario that is giving us on the pound yen. You can see it's going up, giving us a reaction here. I think it's going to take this low again. It might take this low or not. But if it continues to break up, then we are going further up. Okay, let's see. Pound yen, it's a bit different. Pound yen is a bit different. Let's see. The way we take correction, the way we try to look for opportunity, you will be getting it now because you see, me and trend resistance and trend support, we are not friends. I don't know who is so called. So what thing I need now, this wave has completed itself as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is just a correction. I think a flat is building in between. And this flat that is building in between, it seems to give me a price action to the downside here. I want to see if it has completed itself here or it's coming down one more time. It's possible. It may not be going up. It may come down and take the low again. So let me see if this is my A and a B, is my C coming down, or it has done A, B, C here, but it looks potentially to come down and take this low, or still go up the more. It can give me anything. The height I will know that this correction is taken to the upside and we're not coming back down is once I do 161.8 to the upside, then I know there is a lifting and we are not coming down again. So at this point, it will be out of correction to the downside. If the wave should break that to the upside, then we know that this is out of correction. It will correct that a bit deep, go up again. It won't take this low. But as for now, it can still take this low. Let me see what is giving us. If this is an A and a B, so I come here, grab this to go up. This is a 90. Because it's a 90, it can give me a regular flat. This is a regular, it can give me a regular flat. A regular flat can come to a 61.8 and can come to an 100 extension. A regular flat can start in around this area, come down to the low here. So a regular flat, now, that is what I can see on pound yen. So these are potential areas at 61.8. If I see a price action here, a 61.8 or 100, this area, which means it may still take the low around this area. It's a wider zone. It's a wider zone. So this may be A, B, and a C. But this is the area I expect this to go up because this is a 90. It won't go beyond this area. So this is how we make use of correction. But if it breaks above and it's going up the more, then it can still come down until it takes this level to the upside, and that ends it. Now, that ends what you want me to talk about on yen. So I've quickly picked on 3 yen pairs like pound yen, euro yen, and USD yen. Now, if we go to DXY, you know, I was telling you something about DXY the other time. Let's go back there. That was my first stop with you. If you still remember, my first stop with you is DXY that I gave you. And I'm going to end now. So this is the DXY I gave you. You remember I said we started correction from this area and we thought that if this one ended and that this will not be a correction anymore and it will continue, like I said, when I picked it from here to this point, I said once we go past 161.8, that will be in wave 3. So at this point, if we're able to break down to this point, I said we'll be in wave 3. But we didn't get to this point before we saw this reaction. It now means that what this one is giving